Hello, everyone. Welcome to Budget Bonsai Talk. We've got some footage here of the Budget Bonsai koi pond, slowed down to keep us all relaxed. It's 8:22 here in the east, and we're going to find out if YouTube is sending notifications. We'll see if anyone shows up. Currently monitoring the control panel here. We've been live for 1 minute, 20 seconds. With one person watching. I'm guessing that's me. Lee's Trees joining. Hey, Lee's, how's it going? Good to see you. Was expecting an email from you, Lee. I didn't find it. If you sent it, please resend. Be wonderful to hear from you. Lee, these are the koi in the pond in the backyard, and we have, of course, plantings of Japanese style gardens and bonsai in the area. But I'm trying out this faceless live stream. Oh, you don't have my email address, huh, Lee? It was in the video. Actually, it's on the YouTube channel about section. There's a place where you can ask for the email and it has it. And I'll give it to you verbally here. It's rackcross@gmail.com. Rackcross, all lowercase, no punctuation. And I think we were going to communicate about a shipping address for you to get one of those tripods. I have only a few left. And we have to save a few for Dave's Bonsai YouTube channel, Bonsai Expo, July 26th or 27th. It's one of those two. I've have that date in so many videos in the tripod challenge playlist. So, Lee, there's no way that you would have known we're doing the live stream if YouTube hadn't have sent you a notification. So it's good to know notifications went out, that you had the notification bell smashed. Thank you for that, Lee's Trees. And as soon as we conclude this Budget Bonsai talk, I'll go check your email. Thanks for getting in touch with me. So these fish that we're looking at, some are garden variety pond koi. A couple, including that one that just entered the screen, are very nice Japanese fish. The one below there, also a Japanese fish. And there are a couple others, but it's kind of a mixed pond. Several of those fish I had in the original bonsai garden along the Holston River in Northeast Tennessee. There's a video just released about that. And actually, it's the trailer for the channel. If you haven't seen that video, Lee, check that out. It's a very nice garden, but it's very efficient. I used a lot of materials that are easily accessible. They're inexpensive, reproducible, and had a wonderful time with that garden. So many evergreens. Oh my goodness. Thanks. Yes, those koi are very special. That one there that just crossed the screen, the Showa, is the Japanese term. That's an award winner. He finished second place in his class in a major koi competition in Florida. Yep, there he comes again. His name by us is Sumo. Hello, Sumo. Thanks for making a good showing on the live stream. And again, you can tell these fish I've slowed down. This is a slow motion video underwater. And it's a technique that I learned over a period of years, having had several iterations of the koi pond and living on the river. I did a lot of underwater filming until I discovered this technique that just works the best. So this is some time spent with my koi and a camera underwater in their pond. And this is one of the reasons I love a pond. That dappled sunlight, whether you're in the pond as we are now, our view is in the pond, or standing above it, you can see that reflection of the light on the bottom, and it's broken because of the agitation on the surface of the water. This pond has a 26-foot waterfall that kind of moves the surface of the water toward a sump, pumps it back up the hill, back down the waterfall. There's Sumo, good shot. And so there's always this dappled light reflecting off the bottom. It is so peaceful. The sound and the sights out there are amazing. Of course, we have some water lilies that are in bloom. And then any direction you look across the pond, you see Japanese maples. And then in a couple of directions, you see a bonsai bench, you see some other bonsais. I've got a funny story about a dwarf ginkgo tree that I bought in a nursery as a bonsai tree. That hadn't been worked as a bonsai, but I was going to bonsai that tree, as we say. I had a guy helping me with the landscape, and this dwarf, it was in I don't know, 3-gallon nursery pot. This dwarf ginkgo tree was on the patio, and I asked him if he would take it up to the retaining wall. I said, I'd like to move this tree up there to the retaining wall. You can just set it behind the retaining wall. So we cleaned up our tools, and he went on home, and we said goodbye. And I was out there later in the evening and noticed the tree looked shorter than I remembered it. And I walked up there to look at it, and my friend had misunderstood me. And he planted that tree in the ground behind the retaining wall instead of just moving the pot up there. He planted it for me. So I'm going to have to include that in a video. I do have a dwarf ginkgo tree in the ground. No harm done, right? It's just getting a fatter trunk up there in the ground. But I need to do an update on my ginkgo fest tree and include that dwarf ginkgo that's now in the ground just by the koi pond there. That'd be a fun video. The Lee's tree said the red spot against the white is almost like the Japanese flag. Exactly. I think a lot of these koi are popular for that reason. And they have actually a description of one that's solid white with a red spot, a large red spot on the head. It's called a tancho, and it definitely looks like a Japanese flag. Sumo in this video, that's him again. He's just showing off. He's just, look at me. There's another Japanese fish. That's a pretty guy there. Nice fish. I love those koi. They're a lot like dogs, I think. There's Dave Harding dreaming of bonsai. Hello, how are you? Just telling a story about a ginkgo tree, Dave. I've got a dwarf ginkgo tree in the planted in the yard, and I just mentioned that I was going to have to do an update on my Ginkgo Fest seedling that you sent me. Thanks again. Doing well. Got a nice bend in it. I want to show you that curve that I put in that tree, and it got its flush of leaves. It's doing well. So I want to do a video with the Ginkgo Fest seedling and that dwarf ginkgo that's in the tree, in the ground. Yeah, fantastic. And I'd love to see an update, Dave, on your tripod challenge entry. That also would be a lot of fun. Keep both of our playlists growing. And so I'm guessing, Dave, you also had the notifications on because this is what I call a cold stream. I didn't let anybody know we were testing tonight. And YouTube's doing pretty good. We've been on the air for 10 minutes, 3 people viewing according to the control panel without me notifying anybody. So YouTube has to be pushing the notifications. And I'm going to give you guys a behind the scenes explanation here. The video you're watching is actually it is a YouTube video from another channel of mine called Pond Life. Pond Life channel. You may have to search Pond Life Channel Tennessee to get there because there's another cartoon channel that's very popular. But my Pond Life channel, I find it by searching in YouTube for Pond Life Channel Tennessee or TN. I don't know, it's got 3,000 or 4,000 subscribers. I don't do a lot with it anymore. But tonight's video magic is happening because I have my phone playing a video from the Pond Life channel. That's what you're seeing. It's a video, one of the koi swim videos. I've got the volume turned off because I don't want any conflict with the music that I downloaded as Pond Life and I'm replaying as Budget Bonsai. So that's a video and I'm playing it on my phone. I have my phone in a tripod and the webcam that typically I'm appearing in, I have it scooted to within 3 inches of that phone and it fills the whole frame of the screen. I'm going to move this now. If you get vertigo, hang on. I'm going to move this a bit. So that's me shaking the tripod with the phone on it. Not a green screen or anything like that. Low tech. Going low tech. I think, Dave, there are 15 koi. Fluctuates a little bit every time I count because there's a fish cave in there. And there's no visibility in the fish cave. So I don't at any time know how many fish are in the fish cave. So, and the confusion came in year 1 of the pond when some of my koi spawned. And there must have been 10,000 koi fry in that pond. I thought, oh no, what am I going to do with all of these koi? Well, they took care of it for me. You know how nature balances itself. It wasn't very long and it was hard. It was difficult to find a baby koi in there. They would hide under the leaves of plants and so forth. And only a few survived. So we had, I don't know. We had like 11. It's a 5,000 gallon pond, 3 feet deep. Plenty of room. I don't like to overcrowd the fish. So plenty of room. I had like 11 koi that I would call adults. And then they spawned and we high count's been like 16, but you lose a fish or two, right? In the spring, the fish that begin to wake up and they don't overwinter well. So occasionally you'll lose 1 or 2 in the spring. And then those baby fish, we never got a hard count on. So it's 15 or 16. That's what we're going with. And even when I drain the pond and clean it, there's a puddle pool and back in the cave, the fish cave. And we don't know if we get all the fish out of that while we're cleaning. So they survive the cleaning and we fill the back up. We drain it all, clean it, power wash it, fill it back up, and all the fish come out. Looks like 15 or 16. I would say the count, if you look to count the frogs, you'll see 0 frogs. We clean it out, we always get 6 or 8 during the cleaning. So it's fun to listen to the different frog sounds. It's like identifying birds by sound. You can also do that with frogs. We have a blast out there. It's pretty fun. I won't lie. I had a bunch of aquariums, Dave. I had 100 aquariums in my fish room. And I got kind of burned out. It was too much maintenance. So I got rid of all the aquariums and just went to the largest body of water I've ever had, this 5,000 gallon pond. So, and again, they're a lot like dogs. They love to have attention paid to them. You can have them eat from your hand. They'll nibble on your toes. They're not very shy at all. It's just kind of cool. And they're beautiful, in my opinion. They're beautiful. Good. You saw the notification come through. All right. Great. Still got 3 people hanging in there. We've been live for 15 minutes. Notifications have been sent. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see. I'm looking at the chat. I'm using StreamYard, of course. You can see in the upper right, it's not the paid version, it's just the free version. So I get to use their watermark with limited media options. And we're going to see how this goes for free. I'm going to leave it on the Budget Bonsai YouTube channel for a while and see how it performs if anybody actually goes back and watches a live stream to see if it helps grow the channel with view time or subscribers. In the past, the Bird Garden channel, I did live streams called Bird Talk, and Pond Life channel, I did live streams called Community Tank. And the community response was really good on those channels. We had a blast. Goodly, good. And so I hadn't tried it yet on the Bonsai channel. But with the Bonsai Expo coming up, and Dave of Dave's Bonsai is going to be using a lot of this live stream technology. I'm going to be a part of that. Wanted to make sure all of my connections were still intact. There hadn't been a lot of changes, especially in the way that it would require an update. Like I couldn't use some of this StreamYard without an update. So making sure I'm tuned up for things like that. Dave Harding, we'll see you later. Thanks for dropping in. I'll get a video posted soon of the Ginkgo Fest tree update. Hold your ears, Lee. I'm going to open a can of carbonated water. There we go. Lee, I don't know how close you've been paying attention. Have you picked out a favorite koi yet of the ones you've seen? Several different types in there. Whenever I have a guest by the pond, they always choose a favorite. Lots of variety. There you see a standard fin behind a butterfly fin koi. The butterfly fin is also known as a scaleless or Deutsch, and that fish is another. I got that fish out of Hawaii. Looks like he has a salmon head. So he's a Japanese fish that shipped out of Hawaii to me. Because Lee, I see you're working, you won't be able to see the live event. Because it's going to be live stream, there may be some ability to upload that as a YouTube video, and you can watch it on the playback. I hope that's the case. I hope you get to catch some of that if you want to. I'm going to watch as much as I can. 20 minutes remain, or 20 minutes live, nearly. We're going to go, Lee, for 30 minutes. We're going to let this be a 30-minute live stream. I know the notifications went out at least to a few people. We've had as many as 3 people watching at one time. It seems as though, Lee, you may be the only viewer at this time. Sumo is a good one. Now, I'll tell you something about Sumo. As the years have gone by, he's gotten bigger, but his coloration has gotten weaker. Now, I feed a very high quality food that includes color enhancement, not much. It's all natural. But Sumo he had his younger years were his brighter years. These shots, I love filming those fish in that pond. There's something about those fins, man. They just grab you. It's like having a bonsai tree. You've seen one, you want to see them all. Just have to be aware of what I can keep up with and take care of in a given time. So No one gets neglected. Well, I can concur. At least some of my fish are losing their color as they age. I don't overfeed. I don't have any 3 feet long koi. I've got 18-inch long koi, and they were all purchased at a foot or less. There's a little goldfish in there. Uh, I had a goldfish tank that was amazing. That goldfish's name is Peyton Manning, by the way, orange and white like the balls. I had a goldfish tank, and I needed to tear it down and clean it up. So um, for the tear down and cleanup of the goldfish tank, I let the goldfish swim with the koi. Kept an eye on him, make sure he wasn't picked on. They took care of him pretty well. He did okay in there for the while he was there. He had a good old time in the big house. And I don't think the camera does a very good job of picking up the water flow, other than you can tell the surface is not calm by the reflection. But the entire oxygenation source is the 26-foot waterfall. Just adds a lot of water to the pond as that water cascades, and it crashes there's several tiers, and each time the water falls and separates into droplets, it's adding oxygen to the water, keeping the water column healthy. There's some pretty good water quality we're seeing here. I'm fortunate to have that going on. The fish certainly like it. And occasionally, depending on the level of the pond, sometimes after a rain, I can dip into a pond and use what I call the koi water to water the bonsais. Bonsais get that koi water, and it's got some nitrates in it that they can convert to food. Be careful they don't get it too often. I don't want their soil too rich with that stuff, and I certainly don't want to attract raccoons or some animals that might be tempted to dig in and just try to find out if there's an edible source causing the smell that leaves in the bonsai soil. As we completed the pond, we immediately started a landscape plan that had it. It's got several beautiful plants in it, but it reads Japanese garden. There's a large 15-foot tall hinoki cypress at the top of the waterfall. And then at the pond level, there's a smaller dwarf hinoki and a palm tree, a Japanese maple tree on a berm with uh, the Japanese garden juniper, Procumbens nana, under the Japanese maple. So it's a real nice little mini Japanese garden off to one side. And then by our patio, which overlooks the pond, there's a larger Japanese maple tree, and that's the hosta bed under it. So each year I take cuttings from those Japanese maples and keep them trimmed in a bonsai style. So we're reducing the length of the branches and trying to get some ramification of the branches and not having them grow necessarily wild. The crossing branches, as a bonsai artist, they don't set well with you. So that tree doesn't get to grow any crossing branches. Um, not so many visitors, Lee, since our dog's gotten old and cranky. And she was here first. We don't have many visitors. The family that the dog grew up with seemed the ones that she can remember. They're okay, and she means well. She's protective of us, and we're her den, I guess. And she's a good sized dog. She's probably about 85 pounds. And I mean, it's just not worth the risk. Um, so any maintenance or anything to the house, we have to schedule her a kennel date. She plays well with other dogs, but I don't know. She doesn't trust a lot of people. Maybe she gets that from me. I don't know. No, I'm too gullible to say that about myself. But I do share it for everyone to see, Lee. I don't want anyone to miss out on it. So I got lots of videos on Pond Life channel. And now Budget Bonsai. If I've got it, you can see it. And it's we're 26.75 minutes in to our first live stream. I think the free edition of StreamYard now limits you to the number of hours that you can live stream. And also, I don't think they store or download the live stream on StreamYard anymore. It'll go to YouTube. It'll upload on YouTube as a video and will always be there. I don't know if the chat will accompany that or not. I'm going to say it did when I had the premium subscription. I don't know if it still does. Lee, if you go to Budget Bonsai YouTube channel right now, the trailer, the one that should come up automatically, and it starts out with me talking, the 2016 bonsai garden and bad haircuts or something. That's a really good video of the 2016 garden. I actually had one before that, and it's like I have these restarts every time I move. So I've had a few bonsai gardens now. I will say the one prior to 2016, it was very rustic and a whole lot of fun. So much fun. I was getting hundreds of Procumbens Nana. And oh man, I love styling those things. I was doing workshops. I was doing bonsai workshops for all the local art galleries. We'd do these workshops, and people would get their 1 gallon Procumbens Nana in a plastic pot, and I'd guide them through how to how to get that bonsai in a pot and style it as a bonsai, give them some aftercare tips. As a matter of fact, I recorded years later. I recorded a series on that workshop, and it is now on the Budget Bonsai YouTube channel. It's 5 or 6 series in bonsai for beginners. Yeah, you have my email, Lee. If you have any problem finding any of those old garden videos, let me know and I can send you some links. It is 29 minutes in now. We're counting down the last minute. I'm going to end this live stream at 30 minutes. Lee, thank you for hanging out with me. It would have been lonely without you. I appreciate that, brother. And Dave Harding of Dreaming of Bonsai came in, shared some words with us. We had another guest who didn't identify themselves in the chat. Appreciate you being here. And I'm going to, I don't know, look for data points from this live stream and see if this is something we want to keep going on Budget Bonsai. I think I probably will do one more after a little promotion to let everybody know, hey, let's do a live stream. I've got the technology figured out. Me and Lee's trees hung out one night. We know the technology is still available to us. So let's get together, hang out, and do some bonsai chat. And until that time, Lee, I hope you have a great evening. I'm going to head out of here, and I hope to see you real soon. So long.